Well, this is absolutely spectacular for me. It's so good to see you guys. So many friendly faces and folks I actually know personally. It's like friends and family out here. This is absolutely wonderful to see you guys. I see some people out here that are at least close to as old as I am. And here's a song that Lou and Peter Berryman wrote that kind of captures a few of the things that those of us with hair this color, have to deal with. There's no point in living in the past, they say, even though there is more of it every day. I don't talk too much about what I've been through. Then again, on second thought, I probably do. Love confused me way back when, now everything does. Swimming made me hungry then, now everything does. I remember Moonlight Bay the way it was. It used to take my breath away, now everything does. I'm not saying I'm overwhelmed with future shock. I'm not saying I wish I could reset the clock. I doubt if I would go back 1 year if I could. Then again, on second thought, I probably would. Summer used to go too fast, now everything does. Cowboys rode out of the past, now everything does. I recall my first TV the way it was. It used to look all blurry to me, now everything does. I'm not saying that anything has changed, you know. It's the same old, only more so, though. I'm not saying that I'm too old to give a damn. Then again, on second thought, I probably am. Flashlights needed batteries, now everything does. Chow mein came from overseas, now everything does. Bowling had a special shoe, now everything does. Most things made me think of you, now everything does. Most things made me think of you, now everything does. The gentleman behind the curtain to my right is to your left. Don't want to get too political here. Is my dear friend Mark Tomeo. Okay, so as some of you know that I've been attending a kind of a support group for my mental health for, I don't know, a couple of decades now. And they try to teach me things in this support group. Sometimes I try to learn. And my friend Russell Boucher wrote a song that really captures kind of the essence of the main thing I think that they've been trying to tell me for, I don't know, 15 years now. And so I'm going to try to play that. Out on West Cliff Drive, an angry man swore at the deep blue sea. His fist was doubled against the sky for all the world to see. Well behind the safety rail, he gave the gods a curse. He is finding out he is not the center of the universe. So I sang my songs at the corner bar, my name on the sidewalk sign. A warm and welcoming audience, their eyes they married mine. But they will never by morning's light recall a single verse. But they help me see I am not the center of the universe. Now some folks their laundry under everybody's nose. Just their way of saying I'm important, I suppose. Oh, but I am becoming the silent type, 'cause nothing bugs me worse than to be reminded I am not the center of the universe. Now heaven, well there's a curious thing all of the wise ones say. It's less about arriving there, it's more about the way. Good old Copernicus got it right by reasoning in reverse. He showed us all we are not the center of the universe. He showed us all we are not the center of the universe. I like to collect songs that touch me deeply. Songs that make me laugh or make me cry. If a song makes me cry, I usually go, I've got to write that one down because I'm going to go try to learn that, learn to play it. And I recently, well, actually, it's been quite a while, I came across a song written by a gal named Susan Werner, who is originally from Chicago. And she grew up in the Midwest, and she wrote a song about some of her experience there. And I think it's, someday when I grow up, I want to be able to write a song like this. Where I come from, the rural Midwest, it's the land I love more than all the rest. It's the place I know, and understand, like a false front building, like the back of my hand. And the men I knew when I was coming up, well, they were sober as coffee in a styrofoam cup. There were Earls and Rays, Harlans and Roys. They were full-grown men. They were barbed wire boys. They raised grain and cattle on the treeless fields, sat at the head of the table and prayed before meals. They prayed an Our Father, that was enough. You pray more than that, you couldn't stay tough to face the busted thumbnails on their weathered hands. They worked the gold plate off their wedding bands, and they never complained. No, they never made noise, and they never left home. These barbed wire boys. For their wildest dreams were all fenced in by the weight of family, by the feeling of sin. That'll prick your skin at the slightest touch. If you reach too far, if you feel too much. So their deepest hopes never were expressed, just beaten like birds' wings in the cages of their chests. All the restless longings, all the secret joys that never were set free in the barbed wire boys. One by one, they are departing this earth, and it's clear to me now exactly what they're worth. Well, they were just like Atlas holding up the sky. You never heard him speak, you never saw him cry. But where do the tears go that you never shed? Where do the words go that you never said? Well, there's a blink of the eye, there's a catch in the voice that is the unsung song of the barbed wire boy. Thank you guys.
It makes me want to cry. So, maybe not. Let's hope. Here we are in the North Mountain Trailhead, home of the Cowboys. If there's one thing that old Dusty and Lefty knew about,
oh, my freedom does not claim to know
true and only way. Will not try to lead the herd, praise the Lord or preach the word. She just lets mercy roll that boulder away. And oh, my freedom, teach us love and all the ways of live and let live. Will not decide who you can love or scorn the light you're dreaming of. She only tries to understand and forgive. Real freedom comes in peace. Real freedom lives to heal the heart that longs to find release. But oh, my freedom, through a golden door, a land that never needed a wall, where humble, yearning refugees and slaves who rose up off their knees devised a creed where anyone can stand tall. Real freedom comes in But oh, my freedom did not fall from heaven on a song and a prayer. When tyrants lashed out, mothers cried, brothers bled, and sisters died to stand the ground their fathers had planted with care. Still freedom comes in peace. Real freedom lives to heal the heart that longs to find relief. The heart of freedom lives in mercy and peace. Real freedom lives in mercy and peace.
Thank you so much. I moved down here about 10 years ago, and I almost immediately ran into Lon Austin and Andy Hurlbut. And they have been spectacular, wonderful, warm, encouraging, beautiful friends to me. And I love playing music with them. And every once in a while, they send out a songwriting challenge. And Andy sent out one recently that was based on something that Lon apparently says from time to, well, she says it's a regular thing for him where he says, I'll be seeing you down the trail. So the songwriting challenge was to write a song called Down the Trail. Now Lon, Lon is the last of the cowboy poets. But he also has a penchant for like zombies and and science fiction. Those of you, yeah, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Lonesome Lon Austin saddled his pony with the sun orange, sun sinking low, and he rode up the rock ridge of Paradise Canyon, up where cactus flowers grow. Then he hitched El Milagro to a black mesquite limb and perched on a ledge of red stone, and he slipped his old banjo out of its burlap and sang to the canyon below. Beam me away to a prairie dog planet where wild horses still run and cowboys camp by the lemonade springs when the long roundup is done. By the campfire they sing to the rock candy mountain with a coyote moon rising pale, a song of serenity few men will know, and love that will always prevail, and how we will all meet again someday down the trail. Couched on his rucksack, he picks out a tune for every new star to appear. Lord, let that light be an alien spaceship come to find me down here. Let 'em fix their ears on this rusty old banjo, ringing in 3/4 time, and beam me away to a home in the stars to leave my trouble behind. Just beam me away to a prairie dog planet where wild horses still run and cowboys camp by the lemonade springs when the long roundup is done. By the campfire they sing to the rock candy mountain with a coyote moon rising pale, a song of serenity few men will know, and love that will always prevail, and how we will all meet again someday down the trail. From his perch in the red rocks, he'd swear he could see way down to old Mexico, where beautiful vampires dance 'neath the moon, but pluck out their teeth by the door. Down in old Rosarita's, them Mexican maidens trapped in an eternal twirl, and he prays that the spacemen might pity their fate and wheel them on out of this world. Just beam me away to a prairie dog planet where wild horses still run and cowboys camp by the lemonade springs when the long roundup is done. By the campfire they sing to the rock candy mountain with a coyote moon rising pale, a song of serenity few men will know, and love that will always prevail, and how we will all meet again. Lord, may we all meet again, and may we be singing again someday down the trail.
I wish Lon was here. I write a lot of songs with the word love in the song, and most of the time when I write a song that has the word love in it, I try to make it about this great big love that holds us and creates us and carries us around. It helps me breathe and wakes me up in the morning. I rarely write too many songs with that's the kind of the I love you, you love me sort of love. But this is one of those. And I just saw my lovely wife just walked in, and now I cannot look out there. So.
Wide-eyed little boy, were you hiding, afraid to come out of the dark? No one to turn to when tears were begging, and no one to take care of that tender heart. And sweet Kristen Marie came like an angel, pulling gently on the tide, smoothies of an ebb and flow that healed the heart, and opened up a rusty window deep inside, shivering, stone cold and barbed wire, lonesome, believing that love is no more than a dream. Touched the silent seeds sleeping inside. Now love will survive, and deep as the sky, it's opening still. The heartache has been explained, dreams so long imprisoned set free, and everything that was broken has been made whole, and never ever again will you have to be shivering, stone cold and barbed wire, lonesome, believing that love is no more than a dream. When you touched the silent sea sleeping inside, now
has survived.
And deep as the sky, it's opening.
Still,
Cool. All right, so you get it, huh? All right. That's nice. I think this next song is fairly self-explanatory. I just hope I can play it. And this is a song that is really not for beginners, and old Mark over here is trying to played it about twice, you know. I'll try it. Overs.
Seems like everybody is singing in a band, and everybody's got an angle or a plan, and everybody wants to make some kind of deal. But everybody knows that everybody wants a love that's real, and everybody'd like to dance upon the moon. It seems like everybody's trying to live in a cartoon, but there ain't nobody knows just how you feel. But everybody knows that everybody wants a love that's real. I've been waiting on you, been hiding behind all that junk in your worried mind. But when you open your arms, you are taking a chance to join in the dance. But when everybody seems to know what's wrong with you, and everybody wants to tell you what to do, and it seems like everybody's only trying to make things harder. Everybody knows real love takes you just the way you are. Love's been waiting on you, been hiding behind all that junk in your worried mind. When you open your arms, you are taking a chance to join in the dance. But when everybody seems to know what's wrong with you, and everybody wants to tell you what to do, and it seems like everybody's only trying to make things harder, well, love will hold you close, 'cause everybody knows that real love takes you just the way you are. Love will hold you close, 'cause everybody knows real love takes you just
the way you are. Just the way you are. Man, I love you guys. This is really, really neat for me. Okay. I've been playing folk music and folk festivals and stuff like that since I was, I don't know, like 15, 16 years old. So that's like, at least 10, 15 years. And back right after World War II, Woody Guthrie wrote a song about a plane wreck in Los Gatos, California. And my friend Bill and I used to sing that song in the folk festivals and stuff back in the olden days. And I remember thinking at the time, wow, it's amazing that this song is still so true and blah, 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 blah. And then just recently I got to thinking, you can still sing that song and it's still true, or it still rings, touches your heart. And so I wrote a song about that. Woody wrote that tune before I was born, a sky plane bursting in flame, and amigos' ashes drifting down the canyon in gentle Los Gatos rain. Then me and Willie sang that very same song, but it was 1984. Almost 40 years after Woody wrote it down, every word truer than before.
We rise up singing for love, love, love. Then how can it be so hard to find some way to meet my neighbor with a grateful heart and maybe an open
and leave a little love behind. Another 40 years and nothing much has changed, Amigos still gather in the fruit and scrub your floors and roll gagging black tar out on sweltering Yankee roofs. Come Sunday morning, we're mouthing a prayer, some Nazarene rabbi's truth. How can Pharisees ever truly ask, what would Jesus do?
We rise up singing for love, love, love. And how can it be so hard to find some way to meet my neighbor with a grateful heart and maybe an open
little love behind.
do my one. Goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos. Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride a big airplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Send me a prayer for a penitent heart, and grant me an open mind to leave a little love behind. Leave a little love behind.
Thank you, guys. Okay, I think you get to, I keep talking about my age. I guess I'm entitled. You get to my age and you look forward down the road, and then you look backward down the road, and you realize that when you look backward, there's a lot more road back there than there is when you look forward. And you start to realize that you start to really get put in touch with how frail, fragile, and precious being able to wake up every morning, and especially to be able to wake up in the morning, come out to the North Mountain Visitor Center, drink some coffee, sing some songs, and hang out with beautiful people. I'm telling you what, it is very, very precious. And a guy named David Wilcox. Everybody know David Wilcox? Yes? If you don't know David Wilcox, you should know David Wilcox. He wrote a song that I am going to try to play, and Mark is going to try to, even more incredible, Mark is going to try to play along with me, which I've just learned, so forgive me. I wanted to read a couple of the words to a couple of the verses before I sing this, because I really would like you to catch it. One of the verses goes, like the ones up on the towers who could really feel its sway when they're dashed against the railing and the railing breaks away, and they're hanging by the wreckage and they feel it start to give. If they had the time to tell you, they could tell you how to live. And then slightly later in the song, lovers are going up to the top floor to see the view. But then the elevator opens, and an old man with a cane steps in kind of slowly and winces with the pain. Or maybe with the memory to see that dress you wear in a fashion so familiar, he's trying not to stare. 'Cause you look like his first love, when he could run for miles. She wore a dress just like yours, and now it's back in style. And he can see the beauty you never will perceive until you've earned the eyes to glimpse it. But just before you leave, a tiny little planet swirling through the stars in a traffic jam of orbits, Jupiter and Mars, dodging down the Beltway, driving way too fast, with the searchlights of the galaxy
from the edge of where it's turning, going faster as it spins. There's a view into the darkness where emptiness begins. A tiny little planet, a backyard with a hedge. We were safe there in the middle. But the view is from the edge, like the ones up on the tower who could really feel it sway when they're dashed against the railing and the railing breaks away and they're hanging by the wreckage and they feel it start to give. If they had the time to tell you, tell you how to live. When the movie's over and we're back out on the street, it rained while we were in there, so it shimmers at our feet. Reflections of the skyline sparkling above. So we ride up to the top floor. We're falling more in love. But then the elevator opens and an old man with a cane, well, he steps in kind of slowly and winces with the pain, or maybe with the memory to see that dress you wear in a fashion so familiar. He's trying not to stare, 'cause you look like his first love when he could run for miles. She wore a dress just like yours, and now it's back in style. And he can see the beauty that you never will perceive until you've earned the eyes to glimpse it. But just before you leave, balcony is bending, it'll take our breath away. The fall is never ending, but it's here we want to stay. At the precipice of darkness, our toes right on the ledge. We were safe back in the middle. But the view is from the edge. Thank you, guys. It's such a great. You can probably tell that this is such a great gift for me that you guys are here to listen to the lyrics to songs. I think that that's an amazing thing that just has gotten left behind in this modern day. Okay. How are we doing? Yes. Here's a song that I back when I first joined that support group I was telling you about earlier. I made up this song and it's about how periodically in your life everything blows up and goes to smithereens and everything, and you're hanging by the wreckage, and
And you just feel like everything is going to heck in a handbasket. But then all of a sudden, sometimes, or very often actually, sometimes you realize that the handbasket is actually attached to a helicopter, you know, that's trying to lift you up out of the muck.
I pitched a tent out on Easy Street, then the storm rolled in. I finally got the boots off of my feet, but then the rain came down. I huffed a smoke signal, SOS into the howling wind. My head was in a spin, the storm rolled in. We filled a canvas with the shades of peace, then the storm rolled in. A watercolor masterpiece, but then the rain came down. It ripped away like an untethered kite in the howling wind. Well, we found out why pride's a sin when the storm rolled in. Ooh, the wrecking gale, the raging tide, holly trees that can't survive when the storm rolls in. Designed my future with a drink in my hand, then the storm rolled in. I scratched a promise in the desert sand, but then the rain came down. I had a song, but the music drowned in the howling wind. They were calling for the next of kin when the storm rolled in. You know the king won't hear his fool's advice. Forgiveness runs around pleading for a place to hide. So you kick and howl and hang on tight when letting go might change your life. When the storm rolls in, the air was black as a voodoo curse. Then the storm rolled in. The tree of wonder was dying of thirst, but then the rain came down. The fog of confusion was swept away in the howling wind. Oh, life began again when the storm rolled in. My life began again when the storm rolled in.
Okay, I want to try two more if we have time. Every summer, I get together with my old friends. I've been playing music with some guys up in the Northwest for how many years? 50? Oh, God. What are you laughing at? Yeah, and you know, when I get together with these guys, they get me playing the banjo, and then they get me yodeling and doing all this stuff. All these old tunes, old bluegrass tunes and stuff. And I was yodeling this, you know, anybody know the song Way Out There, Pete Seeger and Cisco Houston, and wee, and it was so much fun. And I thought, I've never written a song with a yodel in it. So guess what? I came home and wrote a song with a yodel in it. But I tell you what, this song I've discovered, because I have played it out a few times now, it always sounds better if you protect yourself by doing the yodel with me, okay? Now I know you guys can sing a little bit. So the yodel goes like, no. Oh yeah, okay. That's a real good start. Now, Pete Seeger used to say, yodeling is good for you. It's good for your soul. But you have to do it loud. So do it loud. And it doesn't take much skill. Mostly just takes a certain, what he said was it takes a certain lack of pride. But heck, I'm up here doing this, so, you know, come on. All right. You'll know when it's time. Oh, I should tell you, there's words to the yodel. You don't have to yodel the words. But the words are, and they're a little tricky. The words are only love, only love, only love, only love, only love. Is that too many? That was too many. All right. So. I staggered out in a drunkard's dream to where the neons gleam to drown me no more, and I fell on my knees like in a silent scream. Somehow you opened a door, but I had been singing all my life where glasses jangle out the song of despair in the blue tombstone tavern where no one will hear one lonesome little prayer. Oh,
That is so beautiful. Just keep it up. Okay?
Twitching and mumbling all night long, just brooding on every dream that has died. But you showed me roses can be grown in the ashes and nurtured by all the tears we cry.
Now that my time here is damn near gone, I call on an angel as darkness descends, and I long to awaken in a land where peace and joy will never end. With the hounds of winter growling at the door, proclaiming the end of time. Who's gonna hold you in a state of grace and make everything all right?
I want to thank you guys again for coming out.
You have no idea how much it means to me.
We'll finish with a song that I like to finish with. It's a Chris Christopherson song, and it's based on a scene from The Grapes of Wrath. When Chris, I've seen Chris introduce it, and when Chris introduces it, he has said, here's a song I wrote with John Steinbeck. Of course, John was dead at the time.
The scene was a small roadside cafe. The waitress was sweeping the floor. Two truck drivers are drinking their coffee, and two oaky kids by the door. Well, how much for them candies, they asked her. How much have you got? She replied. We've only a penny between us. Well, them's two for a penny, she lied. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder, the smell of the rain on the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. One truck driver called to the waitress after the kids went outside. Well, them candies ain't two for a penny. So what's it to you? She replied. In silence they finished their coffee, got up and nodded goodbye. She called, hey, you left too much money. So what's it to you? She replied. The daylight grew heavy with thunder, smell of the rain on the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again.
Mark Tomeo.